Hi, you guys. Okay, here's a question. Why do we have pastors, aka men of the cloth, marrying women of the streets? Let's talk about it. First, we have Miss Meagan Good and Devon Franklin, and Pastor Devon Franklin. They've been married for almost a decade. They've been married for like 9 years, and they just recently called it quits. And then we have Miss Shaunie O'Neal and Pastor Keion Henderson, who just recently got engaged. Okay, so in this next clip, we have Miss Meagan Good doing an interview with Wendy Williams.
Devon is a man of the cloth, and Meagan is a woman of the streets.
Oh my God, I can see how nervous and embarrassed she was on her face. She did that nervous laugh it off thing, but y'all know how shady Wendy could be. Poor Meagan. I mean, it's sad, but it's true. You know what I mean? In the next clip, Meagan is talking about how church folks are telling her she needs to dress appropriately.
People are like, well, you need to dress appropriate. I'm like, it is appropriate to me.
Yeah,
you know?
Now, Meagan says that being sexy is appropriate to her, basically because she's an actress and she has branded herself that way from the beginning of her career. Now, in this next clip, she's talking about presenting a gospel award while being dressed sexy. Watch.
Let me show you how she presented a church award.
I didn't even know I was presenting a church award.
Okay, now I believe her when she says she was tricked into presenting that award. She said she wasn't there to present a gospel award. She was there to present some other type of award, but they knew who she was and they know who she's married to, and they know that her being dressed that way and presenting a gospel award would raise eyebrows and, pretty much have a viral moment, and these award shows would do anything to have their little moments. So they know she was married to a pastor and that would cause controversy. Okay, I have a question. Do you think that Meagan Good should have toned her sexiness down? Just as a pastor's wife, should she have toned her sexiness down? If you think so, comment down below.
Would you still worn the dress anyway?
I would have worn a different dress, but it still would have been sexy.
Okay, so Meagan says that if she had known she was presenting a gospel award, she would have not worn the dress that she had on, but she still would have worn a sexy dress. Now listen, in a lot of ways, I feel like Meagan Good was more married to the sexy actress Meagan Good. She was more married to that persona than she was to her husband. Under certain circumstances, I've seen her dress more modestly, but for the most part, Meagan Good is showing up as Meagan Good. She's showing skin, she's wearing skin-tight clothes, she's showing off her body. And I feel like her marriage just, it fell apart because of it. I mean, church people are very, 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 judgmental, unfortunately. And Meagan just, she couldn't tone it down. She just couldn't. Okay, so not only was Meagan not accepted by the church as their first lady, also I heard an issue was that she wasn't the type of woman to cook like that. Like, duh, you can look at Meagan and see that she isn't a traditional woman, that she wouldn't be a traditional wife. I believe that Devon overlooked that simply because, she's Meagan Good. Like, this woman is drop dead gorgeous. Any man would, go out of his way to try to make a marriage work with Meagan Good. Despite the fact that I believe Mr. Devon Franklin knew that they was not equally yoked. I believe he knew that Meagan, wasn't the traditional wife that he, deep down inside that he really wanted. But again, like I said, she's Meagan Good. What man in their right mind wouldn't at least try? Okay, and parenting was another factor. Meagan kept dragging her feet when it came to becoming a mother. And, we all understand why. It's because of her career. She doesn't want to mess up her body. But, I've seen them do an interview and she said that she did want to have kids, but she just wasn't ready at the time. And that was like in the beginning of their marriage. She said, she just wanted to be married and she just wants to enjoy being a couple before they have children. But, we know they were married for 9 years and Meagan still wasn't ready to have children. Meagan and Devon are in their 40s. If it's like, if you don't want to have kids now, when? These actors and actresses act like, they're going to be young forever. And it's like, they be trying to have kids when they're in their 50s. And it's like, really, why? Like, why wait so long? I really feel like Devon felt like he was never going to have the life that he really wanted if he stayed married to Meagan Good. I do believe Devon loved him some Meagan, but unfortunately love does not conquer all. Not in most cases. If y'all can't come together on some important issues, y'all will fall apart.
But I was at the grocery store, and I looked at the newsstand, and I saw you, and you had your breast shown.
Now, of course, they are out and about promoting their book, and a church lady decides to get up and start judging Meagan. Oh, boy.
So we gonna cover up, right?
Wait a minute. She's not gonna cover up. She's gonna wear what she wanna wear. In the name of Jesus.
Way to go, Devon. Stick up for your woman. He said she gonna wear what she wanna wear in the name of Jesus. That is so cute.
No. I love you.
Now, this is the constant fight this man has to fight every time he goes out and tries to do anything. He has to defend his wife.
Shoot, y'all about to see a whole nother Devon. Y'all ain't seen.
Devon said, don't come for my wife. Y'all gonna make me show that other side. That side of me that I keep hitting under the cloth. As you can see, Devon finally cracked under the pressure. He has to defend his wife's honor everywhere he goes. When people come for her and are criticizing her about the way she dresses, when really and truly he has an issue with the way she dresses as well. But, he probably feel like when he met her, he knew who she was. So he has to accept it. But really and truly, I believe that Devon really wished that Meagan would have toned it down and kind of really let go of the acting so much and just be his wife. And, they can still get the bag, but he probably wanted her to help him sell books and audio tapes and get the bag that way, as opposed to her still being this sexy actress. Now, why aren't pastors choosing to marry women in the church? When did women in the church become not good enough? If I was one of them women sitting in Mr. Devon Franklin's church in the front row, skinning and grinning with my Sunday's best dress on, every Sunday putting money in the collection plate, hoping he choose me and he go and find a woman of the streets to be his wife, child, I would be upset. You hear me? Now, I believe these pastors not picking traditional women because they don't want to be 100% responsible for them financially. if you was to pick a traditional woman of the church, that woman would most likely not have a job and, you know what I'm saying, just be home cooking and cleaning and having babies, things of that nature. Now, these pastors do want the perks of having a traditional wife. They want kids, they want somebody to cook for them and do their laundry, but they also want a woman that has their own bag because, see, they all about the bag too. So that's why they picking these worldly women, but these worldly women ain't cooking and cleaning and having their babies. So that's where they're running into problems. See, people just want it all these days, and sometimes you have to pick a lane. Because Mr. Devon, he kind of has his foot in two lanes. He's a pastor. He has one foot in the church, and he has one foot in the world where he's a producer, and he's with all these actors and actresses. Now, Meagan, it seems like she enjoyed being his wife, but I believe that Meagan just wants to be the hot wife. You know what I mean? If she does become a mother in the future, it would be because she married a man that had kids already, so she could be like the hot stepmother. But I don't see this woman having any biological children. I just feel like her physical appearance just means too much to her. It's too much of her bread and butter for her to give that up. Even though, she can get her body back if she has a child, but you know how these people are, like they want perfection, and she probably feels like if she does have a baby, no matter what she does, her body will never be the same. Now, this is Meagan still doing steamy love scenes in movies, and this is pretty much the camel that, the straw that broke the camel's back in her marriage. These steamy love scenes. This is Meagan in her latest movie, looking like she about to eat some cake. And this is what prompted Devon to file for divorce ASAP. This is them posting that they are separating. Yeah, unfortunately, that is the end of that chapter. Now, this is Meagan Good getting back to the business of being Meagan Good. How good is it to be Meagan Good? Gorgeous. Good luck, Meagan. Okay, so this is Pastor Keion liking Devon Franklin's latest post. It says, "This birthday feels like a rebirth, grateful and excited for everything this true year will bring. This is 44, #live free." Okay, so obviously Mr. Keion follows Mr. Devon and is probably taking notes. They have a lot in common, obviously. So anyway, let's get into it. Miss Shaunieoneal engaged to a pastor. Oh my goodness, who seen this coming? Okay, so let me introduce you to Mr. Keion Henderson. Keion Henderson is the senior pastor and founder of the Lighthouse Church and Ministries, a church community that has 5 campuses plus 30 ministries. Henderson is also an author and a singer. In 2018, he released 10 songs as part of his album, The River. Some may also be familiar with Henderson on Instagram, as he often shares updates of his services to his followers. Okay, this is the proposal. Congratulations, Shaunie. In the next clip, we're going to rewind it back and look at Miss Shaunieoneal as star and producer of the hit TV show Basketball Wives. So this is Miss O'Neal in the TV show Basketball Wives. Even though Miss Shaunie has never come to blows with anybody, but she was always smack dead in the middle of all the mess, honey, and was really and truly the person that was starting all the mess to begin with. Go ahead, Miss O'Neal, from Basketball Wives to First Lady. But like I said, who knew that being a First Lady was in Miss O'Neal's future? But I must say, she does look the part. She always has been a class act. She's always carried herself in a classy way. Despite being on that messy show, she's always made sure she presented herself in a classy way. Now listen, those church folks was probably turning their nose up at Shaunie too, but because Shaunie dresses quote unquote appropriately, she would be more accepted in a church as a first lady than Meagan, even though Miss Shaunie O'Neal is associated with violence on TV. You know, they don't care. They care more about what it looks like than who a person truly is. Meagan has never been associated with any type of violence or anything of that nature. And like I said, these pastors these days, they want the bag too. Him and Devon have a lot in common. Much like Devon, he has his foot in two worlds as well. He's a pastor, but he's also a singer. So, you know, listen. So I feel like that's why a lot of these pastors are choosing these women that are not in their church, because a lot of times I feel like it's for business reasons as well. According to Hot New Hip Hop, this is not O'Neal's first relationship that has a noticeable age difference. She also dated a model who was 12 years younger than her. O'Neal and Keion have a 7-year age difference. They have been together for 2 years. All right, so I follow them on Instagram and they look good. You know, they look good doing what they do. And Miss O'Neal, you know, she gonna have that church lit, honey. It won't be a dull moment with her. And plus, you know, they look good together. For real, y'all, I want to be a member of her church. I think it would be so much fun. Shaunie gonna have that church looking like basketball wives. People gonna be in there fighting, throwing chairs, throwing holy water on people. And again, like Devon, Mr. Keion picks a worldly woman instead of a woman from the church. Why? Because he wants to get to the bag. You know? These pastors and preachers nowadays, like, it is just a business to them. You know, this ain't about just being close to the Lord. I'm pretty sure they love the Lord too, child. But they trying to get the bag at the same time. There's no more, you know, pastors and preachers having to live poor and preach all the time and, you know, barely make it. No, they want riches. They don't want to wait to heaven to get to their riches. They want their riches now. But anyway, you know, congratulations to Miss Shaunie O'Neal and Mr. Keion Henderson. Good luck. I wish you guys have a long and happy marriage.